In the previous lessons, we examined how Arizona's real estate law is structured through constitutional, statutory, administrative, and case law, and how Article 26 of the Arizona Constitution gave licensed real estate professionals the authority to prepare standard contractual forms. We also studied the historical case of State Bar of Arizona versus Arizona Land Title and Trust Company, 1961, which led to the passage of Article 26. Now, as we conclude this chapter, we focus on one of the most critical conditions of this constitutional privilege: the requirement that a licensee must be representing a party in the transaction in order to prepare or complete any contractual documents involving real property or bills of sale. This principle not only defines the scope of a licensee's authority, but also protects the public by ensuring that document preparation occurs only within a legitimate agency relationship. Representation as the foundation of authority. Article 26 of the Arizona Constitution is clear. A real estate licensee may only prepare documents in connection with a transaction in which such person is acting as agent. This means that the authority to complete purchase contracts, listing agreements, bills of sale, or leases exists only when a licensee represents a buyer, seller, landlord, or tenant in that specific transaction. Without representation, the licensee has no legal right to prepare, fill in, or modify any document that affects the legal rights of others. This requirement ensures that the preparation of legal instruments is not performed as a general service to the public, but as part of an established fiduciary relationship. It reinforces that the licensee's drafting authority is a privilege tied directly to their role as an agent, not as a legal advisor or document preparer. Legal framework and enforcement. Under Article 26, a licensee's document preparation authority is contingent on an active agency relationship. The Arizona Department of Real Estate, ADRE, enforces this through the Arizona Administrative Code R 4-28-1101, which requires licensees to act with honesty, fairness, and disclosure within their area of representation. If a licensee prepares or completes a contractual document for a party they do not represent, they could face disciplinary action under ARS Section 32-2153A3 for engaging in conduct that constitutes dishonest or untrustworthy behavior. This is because preparing documents for unrepresented parties could lead to confusion, create unintended liabilities, or appear as though the licensee is giving legal advice. Arizona's real estate laws and commissioner standards therefore work hand in hand to protect consumers by requiring that every document prepared by a licensee be connected to a legitimate agency relationship. Real-world examples. Consider the following scenarios to understand how this rule applies in practice. Example 1. A licensed agent is representing a seller in a residential sale. The buyer requests that the agent fill out the purchase contract on their behalf, even though the agent does not represent the buyer. Under Article 26, the agent may not do so. The agent's authority to complete documents applies only to their client, the seller. Example 2. A broker representing both buyer and seller under a properly executed consent to limited representation may complete the purchase contract for both parties, since they have a lawful agency relationship with each. However, the broker must ensure neutrality and avoid giving legal advice that favors one side over the other, as required by R4-28-1101F. Example 3. A licensee is asked by a neighbor to prepare a bill of sale for personal property not related to a real estate transaction. Even though the licensee holds a real estate license, they cannot legally prepare that document because there is no representation, nor is it connected to a property transaction. The purpose behind the rule. The representation requirement in Article 26 preserves professional boundaries between real estate licensees and attorneys, while Article 26 gives licensees limited authority to prepare real estate instruments. It prevents them from becoming de facto legal practitioners. This ensures that the client receives assistance only within the scope of real estate expertise, not legal interpretation. It also reinforces consumer protection by ensuring that every document prepared is backed by fiduciary duties, such as loyalty, care, obedience, and confidentiality. Without this restriction, licensees might inadvertently draft documents for the public that could have significant legal implications outside their area of competence. Tying it all together, when viewed alongside the lessons from earlier in this chapter, Article 26 completes the legal structure of Arizona's real estate practice. The Constitution grants the privilege. The statutes define the conduct. The administrative code regulates professional behavior, and case law interprets how these apply in real-world situations. Together, they form a hierarchy of legal authority that protects both licensees and consumers. Article 26 serves as a bridge between the constitutional right of document preparation and the professional responsibility of agency representation. It reminds every Arizona licensee that their power to prepare documents is a privilege, not a right, and that privilege exists only within the framework of an established client relationship. Review summary. In this final section, you learn that Article 26 of the Arizona Constitution allows licensed real estate brokers and salespersons to prepare documents related to property transactions only when they are acting as an agent for a party in that transaction. Without representation, any document preparation would be considered unauthorized and could lead to disciplinary action. The requirement ensures that all document preparation occurs within a legally recognized fiduciary relationship, protecting both clients and the integrity of the profession. By tying together constitutional law, statutory authority, administrative rules, and case law, this chapter establishes the complete legal foundation upon which Arizona's real estate practice is built. Discussion 1. Why must a real estate licensee represent a party in order to complete contractual documents? Answer. Because Article 26 limits document preparation to transactions in which the licensee is acting as an agent. Without representation, the licensee would be engaging in unauthorized practice. 2. What could happen if a licensee completes a contract for someone they do not represent? Answer. The licensee could face disciplinary action from the ADRE under ARS Section 322153 for dishonest conduct or exceeding their authority. 3. How does the representation requirement protect consumers? Answer. It ensures that clients receive document assistance only from a professional with fiduciary duties to them, reducing the risk of legal errors or conflicts of interest. 4. How does this requirement connect to the broader framework of Arizona real estate law? Answer. It reinforces the hierarchy of legal authority, constitutional privilege tied to statutory regulation and administrative enforcement, ensuring ethical and lawful practice. Closing remarks. Article 26 of the Arizona Constitution stands as a cornerstone of professional authority and accountability in real estate. It empowers licensees to prepare documents essential to transactions while protecting the public from unauthorized legal practice. By requiring representation, it ensures that every document a licensee completes is grounded in agency, duty, and integrity. As we conclude this chapter, remember that every legal privilege in real estate, whether granted by the Constitution, statute, or rule, comes with equal responsibility. A true professional not only knows the boundaries of their authority, but respects them. The next chapter will build upon this foundation by examining the role and powers of the Arizona Department of Real Estate and how the commissioner enforces these standards throughout the industry.